welcome to How Did You Do That? This is a show that features how people do things, not being told what to do, but sharing with you what they've done. So hopefully you'll be inspired and copy and do what has been done. Okay, so to start off with, welcome Laura.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Just tell who you are.
My name's M Huggins, and I am a new author and also a cancer survivor and a member of SGI-USA.
Okay. Laura, who were your supporters during this process of you overcoming your cancer?
Well, I had lots of my members who were in my district who were chanting for my well-being as well as for me to overcome this particular life-threatening illness. And I had some family as well that were supporting me on the journey. And at the time, I think more so than not, I felt my faith was a great part of that support, because without my practice of myoho renge, not sure if I would have had the same kind of determination, the same kind of drive to overcome the illness.
Okay. So you're an SGI Buddhist, is that right?
Yes, I
Okay.
have been practicing now for over, well, this will be my 47th year.
Congratulations. So what happened as the process of what, kind of give us a little bit of how you got the news, and then, what happened after that, and just kind of a little bit of the process. And what was your response to it all?
Well, it kind of came like out of the blue, because I've been healthy all my life, and then all of a sudden in 2016 I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And of course, whenever you get a life-threatening illness like that, it causes you to reflect on who you are and why you're in this particular situation. And oftentimes with cancer diagnosis, when you have no family history, there you just kind of like shake your head. Okay, try and seek for answers to find out why and how you can overcome.
Now, this is the test, isn't it?
Women take mammograms on a regular basis to look out for early detection of potential cancer issues. And occasionally when women take mammograms, of course, then they are also able to, sometimes they're able to detect early cancers, and some of them are benign. And in my case, mine was not benign. And even though it was like in a very low stage, further on in the process, we found out that it had progressed even to the lymph nodes. So.
Okay. And what was done after you got this diagnosis?
Well, there's the traditional, conventional way, and there's also the holistic way. And I kind of like combined the two, because I found that the conventional treatment was, even though it was effective, it's also very effective in taking a lot of people out of this world. We literally, the chemotherapy and radiation can be very damaging to healthy tissues as well as cancerous ones.
Now, you mentioned this happened in 2016.
2016.
So this has been 6 years in the process.
Yes, 6 years, about 5 or so years that I've been cancer-free. I finished my actual treatment in 2018.
Okay. And why do you think this happened?
Well,
I'm kind of giving this asking from a Buddhist perspective, in terms of maybe mentioning the word karma.
Well, from the Buddhist perspective, there's always something in our life state, our fundamental life state, karma, which when we find out we are addressing some form of a past cause, then we're able to overcome that if we're able to address it from a Buddhist perspective, saying that, okay, this is my karma, now I can change this into my mission. How can I encourage other women to do the same thing, to be able to either practice or to find ways to use their faith to overcome obstacles in their life? a lot of people, when they're addressing obstacles, there's like the fight or flight. They're both on different polar opposites. Either you're going to fight or you're going to run away. And unfortunately, you cannot run away from cancer. If you don't address it, it can take you out.
Gotcha.
And so I decided that I did fight, and that's why my practice came in very handy, because that's how I addressed and chanted and looked for support, not only inside myself, but also with my members and my leaders, and was able to overcome it.
Okay. Well, you answered my next question, was how did you handle it? And what did you do? But
well,
shared that with us.
Yes, I did find some holistic means, which I found through health centers and health supply stores. And it was really great, because some of the things that I did, the juicing, the electrostatic therapy, were things that people would say, oh, well, those things, is that really in your head? How does that really work? But people could say the same thing about chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo as well. A lot of people started this practice saying, oh, there's no way that works. But those people are still practicing today, 40, 50 years later. So it's just a question of, when you look inside yourself, how can you use what you have in terms of empowering your own spirit to be able to overcome.
Okay. So how do you describe it now that it's in the past, and how do you reflect on it now, and how are you going forward with this?
Well, actually, earlier in this year, I was making a film, a student film, where I was cast as a grandmother with dementia.
Okay.
And as a part of that process, when we finished, I had met a producer who was interested in producing books and other forms of media that he was very good at, because he's like one of those full stale graduates. And so he asked me about if I wanted to write a book. And when I thought about it, I thought, wow, that would be really great, because people during the pandemic, everybody was writing books and whatever. And when I thought about it, I know that in different stages of my recovery, I had been asked by the SGI to give my experience. And so as a result, I had all of my thoughts and ideas about my practice, as well as how it helped me overcome cancer. And that was already in written form. So as a result of that, this is where I came up with the Bodhisattva Emerged Dancing. Because when I overcame the cancer, this is how I did it. And it's kind of a booklet. It's very small, but it's also just covers how I managed to overcome cancer, not my full life story, but that's maybe at another time.
Okay. Well, Lord, thank you so much for being a part of this first broadcast. Hopefully this podcast will help some other people and going forward. So thank you so much for sitting down and talking with us today.
And one more thing.
Yes.
It is available on Amazon and audible.com as an audiobook.
I guess those are your parting words.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.